What's up, YouTubers? Welcome to another episode of NBA Hang Time, bringing you guys some basketball here.
Yes, sir.
Quick news updates, what we think, what we hate, what we like, whatever we want, right here on the Heated Waves
Because that's what we
podcast. To my right, as always, my boy, Mr. Bradley.
What up? How's it going, guys? Appreciate you guys watching. With that being said, let's talk some NBA stuff today. We haven't done that in a little while.
Yeah.
We'll go over some stats, some opinions we may have about some stuff, and we'll just get right into it, Tebow.
Yeah, obviously we're about 25 games into the NBA season. It is a whole different type of ball game now. A lot of things happened over the offseason. There was a huge thing about Carmelo, who's going to sign Carmelo, him not making the USA team, stuff like that. He ended up finding a place in Portland, playing for the Trailblazers there. Not doing too shabby, averaging about 16 points a game, shooting about 45% from the field. He is fitting well there in Portland, so good for him. A lot of things happened, Harden ended up teaming up with Westbrook. Paul George
still shooting a bunch of shots.
Yeah, Paul George ended up joining Kawhi in LA. And then, of course, as we all know, Anthony Davis and Dwight Howard going to the Lakers for their powerhouse. And the Lakers are currently sitting at 20-3, so it's a whole new turn of events. They're getting it done. They got Kuzma over there. They're rotating a lot of guys. They're looking good.
Yeah, the NBA is actually down in ratings this year of people watching. Did you know that? It's pretty crazy.
I did not.
Basketball is crazy this year.
I'm not surprised, though.
Right, true. There's not a lot of good teams on either side. There's there's always those stacked 3 or 4 teams every year. Like, in the East Conference, it's Milwaukee. Miami's surprisingly playing pretty well this year. The 76ers, Boston, and Toronto, and kind of right down there at the end is the Pacers. But then in the Western Conference, there's only a few teams that are good over there besides the number 1 overall team, the Los Angeles Lakers. You got the Clippers, of course, and we know why, because Kawhi's over there. He's doing that load management shit, which I cannot stand in the NBA. Why the fuck do you... Oh, load management, I don't want to play tonight because I'm tired. And they're like, yeah, okay, what the fuck ever. What was that shit? It wasn't back in Jordan's day or even Kobe's day where there was load management. Why wouldn't you want to play every game in the league? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
When I'm out there, when I was playing basketball, never played in the NBA, obviously, but... if I had to miss a game, I was like, my God, this fucking sucks. I want to play. I want to be out there balling. I want to do my thing, but I hate that. But outside of that, I mean, Dallas Mavericks are being surprisingly good. Houston's starting off slow, just like they did last year at 16-8. And last year they were terrible at this point. And I don't like Harden with he's constantly shooting. Like, you got some help over there now, man. You got Chris Paul with you. You got Westbrook over there, and you're still shooting. I mean, shoots 14 threes a game, bro.
I mean, I think that's the game plan
That's ridiculous.
For Houston. And if they want to take over Dallas, because Houston's sitting at number 4 and Dallas sitting at number 3 in the West.
Yeah, 1 game difference.
If Houston wants to take over that number 3 spot, you're going against guys like Luka and Porzingis. You guys, I mean, watch out for the Mavericks here. I mean, they're not a bad team. Number 4 at this point in time in the West is a pretty good position to be sitting at. They're averaging 118 points per game, so they're not a bad team. I know they just faced somebody the other night and had a pretty big win. I believe it was Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit's not that great this year.
Beating them by 11. They put up 122, I believe, in that game, but... Yeah, I mean, the Lakers are just astonishing. I know Anthony Davis the other night just put up like 39 points and 9 boards.
And he's going to, because he's the best big man.
Davis and LeBron are going off, and, you got that help side from Dwight Howard, and they're just going to keep it rolling. Things are a little, like I said, things are a little different this year. The West is a little more exciting. But don't take away from the Milwaukee Bucks this year.
Absolutely, Giannis is just killing it. But whatever. But yeah, the Bucks are balling. They've won 16 straight, T-Ball. 16 straight, and that 16th win was without Giannis the other night. So that tells you how good they are. And they picked up Lopez's twin 7-foot brother. So that's a great off the bench thing when he goes out. Here's the crappy thing, T-Ball. Here's the crappy thing about the NBA this season. We got 2 powerhouses in the East and West with LeBron and the Lakers and Giannis and the Bucks, and we only get to watch them play each other 2 times this year.
I believe they play the Lakers on Christmas too, don't they?
I think so, or somebody else, but that's the only 2 times we get to see those 2 go against each other. And what's crazy, those might be the 2 teams in the championship this year, because Giannis has expanded his game because he couldn't really shoot 3-pointers as well as he can this year. He's done that this year, changed that, and they just have a good mix of players going there, and I hope to see those 2 in the NBA playoffs and, of course, in the championship. So.
Well, they're going to have to look out for the Miami Heat sitting at number 2 in the East.
They're playing well.
Miami hasn't lost a game at home this year. They're 7-6 on the road. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and their record's 18-6. I mean, behind a 22-3 Milwaukee Bucks team, that's a pretty good record. Philadelphia and 76ers are the only other team that hasn't lost a game at home. They're actually 13-0 at home,
Jeez.
but 6-7 on the road.
Yeah.
So Philadelphia is at 19-7. Both those teams 3.5 games back out of that first place spot, but with a win percentage of 88%, that's tough to compete with. That Eastern Conference. I believe Kawhi just played in Toronto the other night. And
yeah,
Toronto's sitting at 16-8. I mean, where was Miami last year? They were nowhere close to this point position.
Speaking of Miami, real quick,
I thought the Brooklyn Nets were going to be a little bit better this year.
Yeah, and because they had a pretty good run last year. But speaking of the Miami Heat, like you were just talking about, they have just suspended the guard Deion Waters for the 3rd time this season for violation of team rules and continued insubordination. So that could hurt them over there. And it's not cool, man. You got to do what you got to do to play basketball. I don't get these guys to make all this money. Just do what the rules say and play your game and go home. Right. And it was because of a THC policy. So I guess he's using cannabis or weed, marijuana, whatever you want to call it, smoking the herb, and got caught. So, which I don't understand.
I don't know.
What could possibly? It's not going to make you faster. Not going to make you catch the ball more, shoot the ball better, steal it. In any sport in history, whether it's football, basketball. I think I said NFL at the beginning. I meant to say NBA. Sorry.
Yeah.
I meant to say NBA. But what's it going to gain you in any sport possible? Like, I just don't understand it. Like, just sign a waiver that says if it's you get hurt due to smoking weed and playing at the same time, then it's not on them.
Yeah, I mean, they could do that.
Yeah, anyways.
But, I mean, looking at the Western Conference, talking about the sneakiness in some teams like Utah Jazz coming in at number 6. Phoenix Suns are sitting at number 8, 11-13. They've almost won more games, 25 games in, than they did all of last year.
Yeah, they were terrible the last couple years.
I'm a little disappointed in the New Orleans Pelicans. They had a lot of hype.
Well, they lost AD.
Yeah, I know, but they had a lot of talent around him as well. They've lost their last 10, which is not good. Obviously, Lonzo Ball's over there.
Derek Favors.
I don't know if he's getting a lot of touches, but
he's shooting better.
He's still rocking with Brandon Ingram over there as well. So they've got guys, Jahlil Okafor, but Zion needs to get healthy.
Hurt. Yeah.
I thought I didn't think Zion would be that big of a factor. He's a rookie.
He will be, though, once he's fully 100%. That's the problem over there, I think.
I mean, someone who's a forward.
He's a beast, though.
Yeah, you just got to keep it rolling. They're a little disappointing this year. Just not looking good. 5-13 in the West, so.
Just got beat by my Milwaukee Bucks last night, so on Wednesday. So that's
cool.
A
little disappointing in there. And obviously, the biggest thing in my eyes that I've seen this year, the Golden State Warriors sitting at 5-21.
Well, yeah, the worst team in the NBA.
They've only won 2 games at home this year, bub.
Wow, 2 of 5.
And they were probably selling
26.
out the last 3 to 4 years.
5
every fucking
5
game.
years. They went to the championship 5 straight years.
Now they're probably not selling shit for tickets.
They're not going to climb out of this one. They're already at 21. Mark my words. They will not make the playoffs and for the first time in however long, and obviously not the championship run either. For 6 straight seasons. There's just no way. They have nobody. People are hurt. I think this team is just done this year already. And that's where I stand with the Golden State Warriors. I don't think they'll be the worst team in the league this year. They'll turn around and win some games, but they have no chance of making the playoffs. Mark my words.
Okay, so as we sit right now, as the teams are, who is in the championship and who wins?
I told you. the Lakers and the Bucks. If both these teams keep playing the way they're playing phenomenally, T-ball, just phenomenal on both ends of the court. LeBron's actually kind of playing defense, so I'll give him to that. He's got AD. That's big time help. When you have AD and, like you said, Dwight Howard, that's actually looks like he's decent and can play some ball finally. It's been like 4 years we've watched, Dwight Howard just struggle on the court and not play to his size and advantage. And they have a good team over there. Jared Dudley, Danny Green. I mean, it's just stacked. We talked about in the previous podcast how stacked they were. And I think they got Giannis's little brother over there playing. So I think it'll be them and the Bucks. And if the Bucks just keep playing the way they're going to play, there's no reason why they can't win the championship. I mean, they only lost the conference championship. They could have beat Kawhi Leonard in the Raptors. They were up 2-0 and let them come back and beat them 4-0. And this team has evolved and got some players in there that can do their thing, and I think it'll be the Milwaukee Bucks. It'll be a 7-game series if these two teams play each other. Mark my words on that one.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I mean, the Lakers are a powerhouse right now. You got Anthony Davis, who's averaging 28 points per game. LeBron's averaging 26 points per game. LeBron's looking a little better on defense this year. I think he knows he's got a lot to prove here. Kyle Kuzma, handling the ball. Obviously, you can get a lot done with that guy. He's been a big name since day one. A lack of, I think, participation, or it could be lack of effort on Dwight Howard's part. Only averaging 7 points per game.
I don't think he gets a lot of time in there, though.
I'm not sure he gets a lot of time.
Minutes.
Yeah,
I mean,
19 minutes per game. Actually, it's 19.9. It's about 20 minutes per game, but
that's like a quarter and a half.
I mean, what do you need to pay him for? But yeah, the Lakers are still going to get it done.
LeBron's shooting 50%.
They're
field.
They're looking really good this year. It's just hard to not give them an eye. The most exciting game I'm looking forward to is how well the Clippers do, because they're going to be, in my opinion, the only other team that's going to basically contend with the Los Angeles Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. And you're going to have fresh guys, healthy guys coming out of the LA Clippers locker room ready to go against a very good team. But this Milwaukee Bucks team, 22-3, looking just the same. Exactly the same. Why don't you hit us with some of the Milwaukee Bucks numbers?
Let's hit them with the offensive stats, because points per game, 121 points per game, that's first. Rebounds per game, 52, that's first. Assists per game, 26, that's seventh. And points allowed is at 20th, so that's pretty good. You got defense where it needs to be, and the offense is just star-studded and just balling right now, clicking on all cylinders. Everybody's just playing really well, and they mesh together really well. And like I said, the only sad part about it is we only get to watch him play LeBron twice to even get an evaluation, if you will.
Right, to see where that's actually standing at.
Right.
I mean, don't sleep on the Miami Heat.
No,
other than
Jimmy Butler.
Other than Jimmy Butler, who's averaging about 21 points per game, who can you name that's on that team? It's really weird.
It'd be tough to try to figure
because
it out.
I was looking at the roster and I'm just like, I don't know anybody but Jimmy Butler. So they must have some kind of chemistry going on right now. Like I said, they're undefeated in the division and at home. Don't sleep on the Miami Heat this year, bub. Philadelphia right behind them.
You don't know who Goran Dragic is? He balled last year.
The point guard?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
but yeah, other than that, I'm not seeing any guys I know besides Deion Walters, and like I said, he's suspended for the next 3 games, and most of these guys are a bunch of young guys and guys that just average players, and they're clicking. The scheme's working, the coach is doing his thing, and the team's coming together and winning some ball games. So they could be a sleeper team this year.
Yeah, it's going to be still an exciting game of basketball. Like I said, we're only about 25 games in.
Quarter of the way.
So rest of the way should be fine. We'll see what happens, see if the Milwaukee Bucks can keep it up, see what happens. Any injuries come, we'll make sure we get that information to you guys.
Yeah, check back in the All-Star week. That way we're about halfway through, see where we're sitting.
Obviously, All-Star game, we'll get you guys updated then.
And we'll make some, how about we make some predictions on who's going to win the divisions then?
We'll get that to you guys as well. So, like I said, keep it locked here on the Heated Waves podcast right here on YouTube. I'm your boy T-Ball. This is Hang Time with, of course, Mr. Bradley.
Thank you. Appreciate it. everybody for watching, listening, and subscribing. Just got a new one earlier. Shout out to you. Thank you. And don't forget to like our Facebook page, at Heated Waves with a Z. And that is it for NBA Hang Time. I'm Mr. Bradley. Peace out, guys.
See ya.